Greetings nerdy list aficionados and welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. It's all boys all the time. Today we're tackling the deep. I'm deep into the series. Yeah, just let it wash over you. Finished it over the weekend. I know it was only 8 episodes, but I have no time. I loved it. People think I'm sponsored because I love it so much, but no, this is just the regular enthusiasm you're getting for free. You don't want to see what sponsored energy looks like. You're not ready. Once again, prepare for a mix of comic and show facts, and of course, spoilers. I'm Sasha, and these are the top 10 scary the boys the deep facts you need to know. Yes, I'm well aware that that title reads like an early 70s what if title. Just again, let it wash over you, embrace it, and let's get started. Number 10. Gossip Girl. Now bear with me while I reach. So in the Amazon Prime Boys adaptation, the Deep is played by Chase Crawford, who many will remember from the teen drama series Gossip Girl, that aired a while back in 2007. And well, people keep asking him about it. Can you imagine being in a new series as one of the mains and people are like, what was it like when so and so broke up on set? Would you come back for the reboot? Okay, that's a fair question, but it shouldn't lead your whole interview. Just yeah, a lot of questions about his past work. And yes, there's a Gossip Girl reboot on HBO Max. And also yes, he would come back for the reboot. Now you're informed. Let's wash our minds from that with this fake Japanese commercial.
Oh, kirei! Kirei! Kirei!
Number 9. In the comics, he didn't have aquatic powers. So the Deep in the comics was not the same character he is on the show. He wore a costume like a deep sea diver. He did have powers, strength, flight, etc., but not aquatic based powers. There was no real reason for him to be the Deep. They didn't play up the Aquaman aspect like they do in the TV series, which is a shame. But it makes sense when we get to number 8. Number 8, he's one of the lesser known members. So the Superhero League, the ultimate crowning achievement, the not Justice League, is the Seven. However, that doesn't mean we see all of them equally. In fact, in the comics, the Seven and heroes in general are more in the background, with the boys in the foreground. We spend way more time with the Seven in the TV series. So of the Seven, the Deep isn't part of the Trinity, just like how Aquaman isn't in the DC universe, so he's just kind of in the background. But he'll speak up when it comes to his rates and his cut. Gotta get that Japanese ad money. Number 7. Reasons for contempt. Now in both series, the Deep is a bit of an outsider, but for different reasons. In the comics, he's one of the less hedonistic, but that makes him a bit of a stick in the mud and pretty pedantic, so it can make him tedious to deal with. While in the series, it's because, well, he's a bit of a fish out of water. Yes, that was low-hanging fruit, but I had to take it. His interests just don't align with the rest of the group, and he wants to do more and be important, but just doesn't have the spine to back it up. He's a little pathetic, and they all pick on him. This is part of what leads into some of his more despicable actions. Number 6. Aquaman. So let's talk about this Aquaman parody and the elements of it. And it starts from the costume, which is very classic Aquaman, as is his power set. What they really hit hard on here is the talking to animals, and I know you all hate it when I talk about Teen Titans Go, but here it's relevant. The joke here in The Boys is exactly the same as the Aqualad one from Teen Titans Go, about him talking to animals and them being friends, and that not being understood by the team, who mock him for it and take advantage of him and his abilities. Only people like it in The Boys, but the whole, oh it's lame and awful, it ruined the original Teen Titans thing means that it's not funny there. Examine your biases. The Deep has a big struggle trying to fit in, and also he has to film ads for companies that actively harm marine life, so yeah, not a fun time. And then after his own actions, he gets demoted and exiled, and things just get worse from there. Number 5. Dolphin sexual. So yeah, get ready, there are implications that the Deep is into dolphins, like really into them, or at least willing to do things with them. Now this is really in keeping with real world dynamics, because dolphins are very sexual creatures, and they have and will express interest in humans, with some trainers even having to incorporate this masturbation into their training routines. We never get to that because the dolphin meets a tragic end, but it's probably happened before with the Deep, so yeah. I was looking up the term for dolphin sexuals, but then I just fell into all those tales of trainers and dolphins, dolphin rape, and the autobiography Wet Goddess by a zoophile who is unashamedly into dolphins. Long story short, I'm pretty sure I'm on a watch list. Number 4. Changes. So we're not safe for work, so let's just keep going. And let's talk about the changes changes to Annie's sequence, the assault scene. Now this is one of the most talked about scenes because people were curious whether they were going to include it or not. And they only did at the behest of the show's female producers, as it is a really important part of Annie's story. However, in the comic, it didn't involve the Deep at all. He wasn't one of the heroes who assaulted her. As mentioned, he's one of the least bad members of the Seven, whereas in the series, this is an action that the Deep undertakes alone, which changes the dynamic, and some of the sequences that took place between Annie and the Homelander now take place between Annie and the Deep. They've been shifted. They also shift some of the Annie and A-Train things to him as well. This all plays well with his insecurities ruining what could have been a friendship by overwhelming him and turning him into a predator, not even realizing what a big deal it is. It's well handled, and we need to give props to Chase Crawford as we head into number 3. Number 3, that scene wasn't in the script. As was just mentioned, Eric Kripke wanted to cut this sequence, so when Crawford had received his first copy of the script, this scene was not in it. So when he got to set and it was there, he said it was a very uncomfortable sequence to shoot, and well, left him feeling as gross as the audience. But him and Erin Moriarty, Starlight's actress, discussed it and found a rhythm. You've got to plan these kind of scenes out with your co-star. Number 2, the turnabout sequence. In the series, the Deep is given a taste of his own medicine, in that he is approached during his exile by a fan who is far too into him, who forces him into a sexual situation he is not up for, forcing her fingers into his gills and the like, and I'm still cringing, just ouch. Now many love this as they're like, yes, that's what you get, while others point out that unlike Annie, he has no recourse to come forward, because men are encouraged to not discuss these types of things. But hey, it provokes discussion, which is more than can be said for a lot of things. And it never sacrifices being entertaining to do so. The Boys, more deep than people thought it would be. I'll never stop the puns, you can't make me. And number 1. True. So we have yet to see how the TV series will climax at the time of this recording, but the comic book series has long been done, so let me tell you about the fate of the Deep. The Deep is one of the few to survive the massacre of the Supes at the series' conclusion, and manages to transition into a new superhero identity. He becomes a hero called True, and is part of a new team being created by America Consolidated following the collapse of WASNT. Stillwell recognizes him immediately, even mid-breakdown, because he's come to view Compound V as a defective product. Yes, I said he, it's not a mistake. He recognizes him because despite now having a costume made up of essentially a Klan hood, it still has the porthole from his old costume. Thanks so much for watching Top 10 Nerd. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more nerdy videos. Also hit that bell notification so that you never miss a vid. I'm Sasha, and we'll see you again soon. Bye bye.